Welcome back to Pair of Dinks. Recording here in the Warrior Studio.
Live in Calgary, where it's now become a whopping 11
degrees.
What were you saying about people in BC and 11 degrees?
I was saying that, hey, that's not bad. Because it feels actually semi-warm.
Yeah.
If we were back in BC at 11 degrees, we'd be wearing coats.
Because it'd be raining.
And it'd be cold.
I was talking with my mom this morning, and they've had some cloudy, rainy days back in Spokane. And she said my dad's been stomping around like, what the hell, we're back in Bellingham. 2 days of crummy weather, and we're back in Bellingham. I thought it was hilarious because I totally can feel that. It reminded me of when we drove over in the summer, and like the rainy weather hit, and I felt myself just being like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think when we moved here, because we got pretty lucky last year having really good weather for our first year.
Yeah.
And like being able to experience all the weathers. But the rare times when it did rain, we were like, oh, we have PTSD from living in the lower mainland.
Yeah. I felt like this year there was a lot of rain, but it was just short bursts of like intense rain.
Yeah.
Maybe last year there was more spread out. But anyways, enough about the weather. I just thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Dad stomping around. Okay. So today we didn't have much ideas planned. So we've grabbed the trusty old question book. But this time we're putting a little twist on it. What's the twist, Chantel?
So I thought that I would actually ask questions that you have already recorded an answer about. And there aren't any dates beside these, so we don't know when you did it, like wrote last, or wrote them. So what I want to do is compare your answer now to what you have written.
All right. And for some background, I think I got that book in like 2017.
Do you remember?
And I've had it, and just over the years, whenever I'm bored, it's a book of 500 like questions for writing prompts. So over the years, I just would pick a question and answer it. So I don't know. Some could be recent, some could be really old. And I have no idea what questions she's asking, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. We'll start.
So do you remember the last time you wrote in it?
Did it sometime this year.
If we had written the answers that we played this game before from an earlier podcast episode, we'd probably had filled more answers in, but we didn't write anything down. We were just talking, so we don't actually really remember.
Nope.
All right, so okay, well, let's start with this funny one, because this is what prompted the idea.
Okay.
Name something you stockpile because you're afraid to go without it.
Oh man, I don't remember what I wrote.
What
I'm thinking
now. Top of your head right now.
Yeah, right now, I feel like I stockpile eggs and butter. Yeah.
Do you want to talk any more about it? Like why you do?
I just seem to be using a lot of it.
Okay.
Cooking a lot of, like I'm having eggs for breakfast a lot, cooking them in butter, putting butter in like anything I can find.
All right. Well, I'm going to read the answer you wrote.
I love it.
Eggs.
See?
I can never have enough eggs, and I love to eat them every week and bake with them and scramble them in butter and fry them and put them on breads and sandwiches and eat them in every way I can.
Oh my God.
That's beautiful.
I just spent
And your answer now? Boo. The answer then? Funny.
I love that it's the same.
Yes, man. Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, my mind at first wants to like match what I said, so that's part of the game of it to me. Sorry, the cat's scratching over there, and Chantel's looking.
Okay.
All right.
So I haven't actually seen any.
I love that the answer's the same. Eggs and butter. Yeah,
okay.
It's true. It's all you need for life.
Okay. Describe what common sense means to you.
Common sense. It's, oh man, that's tough. I feel like um, everybody defines common sense as the things they know and expect everybody else to know.
Yeah, that's well,
So it's hard to have like a common definition
that
of what is
definition
common sense. But
sounded pretty good for the times now, but back then,
yeah,
common sense was something that brought people together, because more people knew those things.
are you like picking from my
No, no,
answer?
no.
Or
I'm just
oh,
giving my opinion in there because I'm just like, it's really hard to define, especially now, because common sense is not common anymore.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's
I didn't
just a
mean to
lot of
hijack that.
no, it's all good. It's on the same vein there. People just have really different ideas and it's hard to find more overlaps.
Do
What did
you
I write?
well, I don't think okay. You wrote following your gut instinct and remaining true to who you are. We know what to do, we just don't always know what to focus on.
Hmm, that's interesting.
That is interesting because that's not how I would have defined it. But that's an interesting different way to
I
look
think
at it.
that's from a first person point of view. Like, what does it feel like to use your common sense?
That's cool.
Yeah, it
I
makes
like
sense if I think of it
I
that
like
way.
this answer.
Yeah.
Good answer, book. Okay, hold on, hold on. All right, this is a little long one. You down for it?
Yeah, I'm down.
Describe your perfect cup of coffee or tea.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's definitely going to be coffee. And my favorite, I don't even know. I like to, if I'm having an espresso one, then it's like a macchiato or something really tiny. So I really love pouring like a single or a double shot in the little espresso cup and then having a tiny bit of foam and like the hot milk and just kind of spooning that over it all. And then taking like tiny little sips kind of stick on your mustache
So cute.
and you can kind of like lick
I
it off
want
with your
one of those. I want one of those. Okay.
I think that's my favorite, but it's not what I do daily.
Well, no, we just have
But it's got to be a
coffee.
good coffee. It's like if I'm drinking a coffee that way, it's got to be a really like it's just a great coffee, not spruced up with anything.
Cool.
Anyhow, what did the book say?
Well, it's a long answer.
Yeah.
All right, so the perfect cup of coffee always arrives fashionably late. It strolls in, expected but unannounced, takes a place at the table, and without saying a word, announces, I have arrived. I'm sorry, I haven't read this before, so I'm going to try to keep it together. Sorry. It may be weak and tired from its journey, bittered by the onslaught of negativity and fear, or rich with stories from its travels and encounters. It can be a little rough around the edges the younger it is, but the old souls know that life is balanced in the end. The perfect cup of coffee is your only companion during the cold, lonely winter mornings. The perfect cup of coffee is a wallflower to your conversations and meetings. That's cool. It is a prop in your daily commute or a holy grail at the end of your journey. The perfect cup of coffee is a moment you never forget.
Fuck, that should be a commercial.
I was just thinking that exactly. We should make one. Do you remember where
It's
were
got to
we?
have the dramatic, like dramatic, lowly.
Yeah, but where
voiceover.
were we at that mall or whatever? Where there was that like billboard sign that had the coffee on it. We made a little recording of you. Something about Italian coffee.
Hot Italian.
Yeah, hot Italian.
So, I can't remember.
Anyways, something like that.
Yeah.
It's
I was
funny.
imagining the overly dramatic, there's some overly dramatic Folgers commercial that's out right now.
Oh, yeah?
Following
Oh, I
this
haven't
can of
seen that.
Folgers. Going, oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where I saw it, but I found it so hilarious because it looked like what would have been a, 2010s hipster, upstart, organic kind of like, cool coffee house or coffee blend. It'd be an ad for them.
Okay.
And then it was like, now it's Folgers. So dramatic.
Oh, I want to see
But
it. You'll pull it up after.
yeah. So now I want to make that into one.
Yeah.
Just some pretentious cup of coffee. All these slow-mo shots of like milk frothing under a golden spotlight.
Wow.
The perfect cup of coffee.
You have a lot of long answers in here.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
writing
yeah.
book,
Oh, yeah.
so I always like to write when I
No,
have
you're
really
right.
imaginative answers.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
of course, absolutely, that's the point. So this one actually, you have a date beside, and
Okay.
it's 2016, actually.
Ha!
So
Oh, I got that early.
June 9th, 2016.
Ooh.
Name one thing you wish your cell phone did for you that it currently does not.
Oh man. Right now, I wish it would shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
I don't
that's a
know.
good
I have a
answer.
contemptuous. Is that the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Contemptuous. I have a lot of negative feelings towards my phone
Yeah,
because I feel like it interrupts me a lot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in 2016, Jake wanted,
I had something imaginative, I bet.
wished his cell phone would make him dinner, make my dinner for me, or fetch my slippers and the morning paper. You old man, you. Such an old man answer.
You know what it reminds me of? There was this comic in the New Yorker, and it was this old geezer, and he had folded up the newspaper into a hat, and he's like just jumped out of his lazy chair, and he's pointing at the hat, screaming at this kid who is reading an iPad on the floor, and it says like, see your iPad do this, like.
That's awesome.
That answer just makes me think of that. Yeah, what would an old guy want his cell phone to do? Make my dinner.
Yeah.
Let's see your iPad do this.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many more of these do you want?
You keep going.
Okay. This one's interesting. If you could indulge in anything without consequence, what would it be?
Oh. Wow. All the hard drugs. All the bad things. If there's no consequence, I'm going to be like, I'm going to try all the things that people say are the worst thing for you or will like ruin your life.
Yeah.
Anything that someone says will ruin your life. It's like, I'm trying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So your answer was, I would indulge in heroin or some other grand sin, or perhaps risk billions on something in business for the payout. But does without consequence mean I don't reap beneficial consequence as well? Or is it only the negative benefit? Because if there was no consequence, good or bad, why would I indulge in any of it? That was so insightful. You're deep sometimes.
But you see, that's that first instinct, right? It stays the same. The first instinct. All the bad things. I'm going to do all the bad things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you're like, wait, what's the other side?
Yeah. There's always a catch.
Yep. Okay. What was the other insightful thing I had? Or just next question.
And then talk about your favorite pair of shoes and why you love them so much.
My favorite pair of shoes. Right now, it's honestly my crummy old runners. Because I really love going out on the bike
Your stripes
and walking around. Yeah. The black stripey ones.
The ones you were just saying you need to replace.
Yeah.
I
do.
But
They
you're
don't smell the
sad
best,
about
but no, what I love is that they're like today I had a fun time taking some intentional breaks, and I felt like I had all this energy I needed to work out or like just get rid of. So I just hopped on the bike and put on like fun old tunes that made me want to move around in fun ways and just like rode the bike around the corner
Mhm.
until I felt like, okay, that's good enough.
Mhm.
I don't know how I got to there, but
You were talking about your shoes, and you were
yeah,
taking breaks.
anyways, that's what they symbolize.
My bike today.
Sorry. But yeah,
I know.
it
I
feels
stopped
really good.
listening. I'm so sorry.
It feels really good. And so I love putting on
Mhm.
those shoes because it reminds me of the feelings I'm going to go have.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
I wonder what shoes you're talking about here. Let's
Yeah.
see. Jake says, slip-on Vans shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Those aren't bike riding shoes. I love them because I don't have to tie them or worry about socks. Lazy fucking shoes, and I love it.
That is my second favorite.
The book holds the
That's
best
why,
answer.
that's why I put the Crocs on still. They've replaced the Vans.
That's true. Yeah.
Easier to clean than the Vans.
Have you cleaned them? Ever?
I've like soaked them in the tub once.
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 They must have been really dirty for that, though.
Yeah.
Let's
Because again,
see.
I don't know.
Let's
I don't like
see.
wearing socks.
I don't like my feet touching the bare ground.
Yeah. I like it on the bare earth. That's been
Yeah.
nice. I like going out in the grass in the yard in my bare feet. It's great.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Where are we? How long have we been talking?
We're at 16 minutes,
No
17 minutes.
way.
Yeah.
What?
This has been flying.
Yeah.
Keep going. It's fun though.
Okay, hold on. What makes you feel complacent?
Ooh. Ooh. When, yeah, like when I literally don't do anything.
Well,
I don't know. Or I could feel like if I'm working really hard on something and it's not coming together how I want it to, or it doesn't feel like it's happening easily, it makes me feel like I don't know, somehow complacent or incapable.
you should
I
start.
kind of mix those feelings together.
You should start writing dates now next to these answers going forward, because. Okay, every time I like break, it's a period. Okay, doing bare minimum, recovery days, watching mainstream films, fast food, celery, still water, orange juice at breakfast, toast with no toppings, not even butter, the dollar store, taking the elevator, showing up without flowers.
That's funny.
That's hilarious. Celery.
Yeah, I get it. Because did you know there's like the amount of calories it takes for you to chew and digest celery is equivalent to the amount of calories in it. So it just gives you nothing. It's just like water and fiber.
Is that kind of like cucumbers too? Or do you get
I guess.
something from cucumbers?
I don't know exactly, but yeah, there's a lot of like vegetables that are water and
Yeah.
like celery is just nothing. So I'm like, that's so complacent. Like it's just
Throw
it's
some
nothing.
cheese whiz on
It's
there.
useless. Like, what do you do with celery?
Cheese, stuff it with cheese whiz.
Yeah.
That's the only way to eat celery.
On them as a kid.
No.
Yeah.
Cheese whiz
It was weird.
all the way. Okay, anyway.
Yep.
Have you ever fallen asleep in public? Where and why?
Oh my god. I think I've fallen asleep I fell asleep on the SkyTrain in Vancouver. I think it was somewhere around my birthday or we had gone out to celebrate a birthday and I totally passed out and fell asleep there. There's another time at a film release when we all went out drinking at this pub to celebrate it. And I got way too drunk and I passed out on the sidewalk in East Vancouver.
Oh my god.
I remember waking up and having to flag down the cab.
Oh my god.
And I don't know how I was still drunk probably.
For sure.
It was bad.
At least you got up and
There was a couple of years there in Vancouver where I felt like a true wreck.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
You fit in.
And that's how I fell asleep in public.
Ah.
I think that's like where I've fallen asleep in public. Or on an aeroplane. I've done that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Was it an airport in France? Yeah. We slept
you
on
did?
the benches.
Oh.
Because we're too late to get into a hotel, but way too early to check in for our afternoon flight.
Ah.
So it's like 1 a.m. and we're just going to sleep in the halls of the airport here.
You're making me tired. Jeez.
I've slept in public a lot. This is funny.
Okay, so there was a time, sometime around my 20th birthday, we all went drinking downtown, and this led to me doing something I rarely do: dance in public. Some hours later, I fell asleep on the train home. My friends were kind enough to photograph the moment. maybe, maybe, maybe you hadn't done the other stuff yet.
I think I
Sleeping yet.
had.
Or
I
you
probably just wrote down one.
Yeah.
It's funny. I think those are the only 2 times that I think I've like passed out in public. And by passed out, I mean like from drinking.
Yeah.
The other times it was genuinely like
For
I'm
sure.
just falling asleep in public.
Yeah.
Oh, we're on the train too. Yeah, taking the Amtrak. That's an easy way to fall asleep.
Yeah. I've fallen asleep in cabs before.
Hmm. I
Is
don't
that
think.
public?
Yeah, I have on the bus too. Yeah, now that you mention it, riding the Greyhound bus. Hmm. How about on a charter boat out in the ocean, sleeping in bunks with a bunch of other mates?
Those are bunks. It's
Cool.
not public. Okay. Um, how do you feel about fast food chains? Is there one in particular you feel strongly about? Why?
If I'm talking about strong, like positive feelings, like I have a love for this place, it's gonna be Taco Bell and the Crunchwrap Supreme. That is like my fast food. That's my junk. Second only to like just a classic cheeseburger. Anywhere that's got a greasy classic cheeseburger.
So, how do you feel
Yeah.
about fast food chains?
In general, I hate them and I despise them.
But
I
you
wish
just
they
named a
didn't
couple
exist,
of
but-
your favorite.
Yeah, because everybody has this mixed feeling about fast
Totally.
food, right? It's like we love it. It's fucking delicious. It's good. There's a
It's
reason you crave it. There's a reason they have lines out the drive up. And at the same time, you hate it because you know how bad it is for you, but you still want to eat it every hour on the hour. And that's my struggle with fast food. But I am proud of my ability to say no more than
you're
yes.
really good.
But I do indulge.
Yeah.
Yeah. No one's perfect. No one's that perfect. Come on. Everyone has to try it.
Yeah. It's funny. I always want, like, after a night of drinking,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
always
God.
want a McChicken muffin.
Mm-hmm. I want that 20-piece nuggets.
Yeah. Whoa, that's
Remember those couple
that's
days
the
going
night though.
downtown?
That's at night. I
Yeah.
meant like the morning after.
Oh, if you're day drinking?
No, I said morning after.
Oh,
When you're
the hangover times. I want crispy potatoes. That's what I like.
Okay, here we go. So you said, fuck fast food. It's of no nutritional value and instills a poor respect for food in people. But holy shit, a drive through at 2 a.m. when you're a bit stoned and on the verge of dying from starvation is like stumbling upon a freshwater lake after a day hiking in the desert.
Yeah.
So, same answer, pretty much.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
That's good.
Absolutely. That's a great simile. It is. Yeah, like finding fresh water after a day of hiking.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Name or describe the 5 things you are most thankful for right now.
This is a trap.
I know you wrote an answer, and I like the answer.
Yeah. 5 things I'm most thankful for right now. Right now, I'm thankful for having this day. I find myself more thankful every day. Being able to wake up, getting to spend those days with you. I love how much time we get to spend together. I'm thankful of the ways we work together, make things happen, and entertain each other. And these cats. Proud of the cats. That
Is this 3
up.
or 2
Um,
or like how many?
and for food and music
Okay.
and cameras. Yeah.
Lots. Good answer. So you wrote 1. Number 1,
Number 1.
Chantel.
Aw.
2, honey.
Aw.
3, my family. 4, our home and the cozy life it provides us. 5, myself and the wonderful gifts of creativity, optimism, and charm. You are charming, but that's very modest of you.
I can be charming in myself and my own
No,
looks.
I love it. You good. That's confidence.
Thanks.
You're so cute.
Thank you.
Well.
All right, let's do 2 more.
Two more. Okay,
Yeah.
then hold.
I hope this has been as fun for all of you listening as it has been for us talking.
Yeah, I will admit I was telling Jake I didn't get through. I listened to every episode we put out there when it is released, and I couldn't get through the last one because I was just very annoying. Like, there are some times where I just annoy myself to no end that I just have to turn it off. So I apologize. But this is so much more fun anyway than that last one.
Yeah. It's hilarious how some of the answers are so much the same. I've just simplified them.
Yeah.
What is the same stuff? Still the same feelings about fast food and hoarding.
This one's a long one.
Okay.
What season is your favorite and what do you love most about it?
Summer. I fucking love the summer. I love that it's hot. I love that the sun is out so long. Like, I love that it's bright at 6 in the morning or like
Yeah.
5 something in the morning. I'm like, fuck yes. I don't have to be up at that time, but then
Yeah.
by the time you wake up at 7 or something, it's already so bright out.
Yeah. It feels like you can just jump into the day.
Yeah. It feels like if you slept till 11 a.m. in winter, you know, but you're like, oh my God, it's only 7 a.m. Like, there's still so much of the day ahead.
Oh my God.
And there's so much light time. And then you're looking out, you know, and you're kind of like, I want to go to bed, but like, it's bright. What time is it? And then, like, it's 10:30 and you're like, fuck, I should be in bed.
Blackout.
But I love that. I love that people seem to relax. They take time off. There's festivals. We're outside. Life spills onto the streets. Like, yeah, it's so celebratory. It's so relaxing. And at the same time, so many of the best fruits and foods are out.
Yeah.
Like, it's my favorite. I love that season.
Well, that was a nice farewell to summer.
Yeah.
You look
Thanks.
so sad. I'm sorry. I know. When you were saying that, I was starting to like think about what it's been like outside. I have to put the heat on in the morning. I have to put like a sweater and a coat on. Some days I've had to put sweatpants over my work pants.
Yeah. Winter has a charm, but it's kind of like a grouchy old man charm. Where at first you think, you know, like, man, what a fucking asshole. And, you know, but then eventually you're like, but like, you know, it's the asshole I love.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's how winter feels to me.
Uncle Asshole.
Yeah. This whole uncle asshole coming over to stay for a few months.
Yeah. Well, let's see what you said.
What I said.
So there's this feeling like the business of life is on pause that rolls in every summer.
Yes.
It's when we do the most in the most laid back ways. There is more daylight than we know what to do with. There is love and flirtation. Shoeless days and shirtless nights. In the heat of a summer afternoon, a rainstorm is welcomed, and its brief interruption is a cause for celebration or an excuse for relaxation. We slip out early most Fridays and don't mind the early Monday because first light has risen long before the alarm. The air smells of berries and barbecue and campfire, all evidence that the world is a very living thing. I'm sorry, I am suffering from a stuffy nose.
That's very unsummery.
It's very true. I love that I can just talk like this right now. Me.
The PSL accent.
Sorry. That was, I'm so sorry.
My pumpkin spice slipped out.
Yeah. Pumpkin spice. Damn, and I do have a Starbucks card too. Tomorrow's Friday.
Shit.
Just kidding. I already told you, huh?
Croissant.
Why do we always feel like we have to say it that way?
I don't know.
Croissant. It does sound so
I forget
bad.
where I heard it from.
Croissant.
Yeah.
Mark Normand, who was just talking
No,
about it.
I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
What in this world makes you feel so small? What are you in awe of?
Ooh, the mountains. Standing on a mountain. Anytime I'm up high, or like even in a plane too, above mountains, like you look out and you just see how tiny all the things are. Like I remember feeling this a lot flying into Vancouver. Because I'd get to know the topography easily from each direction that you're flying in. And so it'd be fun to kind of look down and be like, oh my gosh, there's downtown. And it's shaped just how it's drawn on a map, which I like hold in my hand or pull up on my phone. And like, here it is though, in like the real world at that size,
That's cool.
as you look out. Or there could even be hilltops, and you look out and it's that same feeling like, wow, there's all those different mountain peaks. And when I look on the map, there are like so many, hundreds of miles away. And yet here I stand and I can see all of them, like from the top of this other hill or mountain or wherever. Yeah, that makes me feel small. But then conversely, having hung out with you, seeing all the microness of the world too. Like when we go look at flowers or little bugs and things that are crawling around. And then I imagine like how I look compared to him. Like to this tiny little bug. Like, whoa, what is that?
When you think about the cosmos.
Yeah. And exactly that. I'm like, I'm nothing. I'm a little bug. And like that mountain is just like a piece of dust that some other, like,
Yeah.
when you zoom way, way, way out, you could sneeze and that mountain would blow over and kill me. I don't know. It's weird.
Do you hear those cats growling up there?
Kind of.
It's really funny. Well, I like this answer in comparison to what you just said.
Uh-huh.
The ocean.
Ooh. Yeah,
So you did like the opposite. It covers most of the earth and it gives our sky its color. It's responsible for most of what we see. Wild. You added that in there. So, yeah.
Wild.
I like it. I like it. Answers can change.
And what you write is always different than what you're going to say.
Yeah.
I think that's why I really enjoy writing, especially when I feel bouts of inspiration, because I know, oh man, I must have something really strong to say about this that I really enjoy something about.
Yeah.
So I should write it down because I won't remember how to say it in the way that it came through.
That's smart. I used to write things down too, and then I stopped.
But not all of them matter. Like I kind of still have my love for my sticky notepad for that reason, because I'll pull it off and I'll just sort of like write something down and stick it around somewhere. And then it either stays there for a long time and becomes super annoying and I crumple it up and throw it away like it didn't matter. Or I look at it and I do the thing and throw it away.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
Yeah. I like it. I should write more down.
It is fun. Yeah, I don't know if to me, it just doesn't work on my phone as much because you have to still go intentionally search out something. And I don't always remember what it was, or like sit around and want to scroll through my own thoughts when there's Instagram reels that could be making me laugh. So
funny.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's modern living. All right, everybody. Hope you have a great day.
Yeah.
We'll talk later.
Peace out.
Bye.